Yo, yo, what is going on? This is Ricardo with the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we are about to get started with some open mic live. And as always, word from our sponsors.
At InDigital, we know the public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESI Net goes beyond industry standards, not only I3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Oh shit. Okay, here we are. We are back. I was just dancing over here for everybody on Instagram. I was getting that shit going on. I don't know what that shit is, but I was getting down. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm coming in at like a 5. But I'm excited to be here with all of you. It's gonna be fun. We've got some stuff to talk about. This will be good. But this live broadcast on either side over here, sponsored by InDigital. Thank you so very much. InDigital, a leader in next-gen core services. And shout outs to, as always, Facebook subscribers, as well as patrons of the podcast. And man, a lot of stuff going on. Fresh back from a trip to Alabama, and which I'll kind of talk about a little bit here in a moment, because I had something happen to me that I haven't talked to anybody about, and I'm going to talk about it here in a moment. So Zach jumping in here, Tina jumping in here as well on Facebook. What is going on? And I've got folks over here on Instagram as well. But as always, we check in with each other. We check in for open mic. So how are you feeling? All of you over here on Instagram, as well as all of you over here on this side, on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. How are you doing? How are you feeling? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty and 10 being awesome, how are you feeling? Also, roll call. Where are you watching from? Also, if this is your first time at open mic, let me know that as well. I'd like to know who's in for the first time here. So I would appreciate that as well. Thank you. And episode 482 went out, and episode 483 is coming up as well. That's going to go out to subscribers first, and then it's going to go out to everybody else. A lot of awesome episodes coming for all of you. This is going to be good. And let's see, we got James jumping in over here. Jim from South Jersey in the house at a 10. Oh, snaps. You're at a 10. Very nice. Nina GTW a week away. And how about North Carolina getting a state rep? Read a statement into the record to recognize them as first responders. I saw that. Very nice. Excellent stuff. Tina jumping in here saying, feeling good. It's Saturday night. I'm retired from Boone County, Kentucky. Oh, snaps. And first time here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Welcome, welcome. This is gonna be good. Zach hitting close to a 4. Man, unfortunately, Boone County, Indiana. Well, hopefully, Zach, you and I will get our numbers up there a little bit. That'll be good. Um, Looking over here, Liz, what's going on? What's up? Today is a 6. I'm watching from behind the console on night 2 of 3 this weekend. Yeah, welcome, welcome. And my homie Mike over here says, "All right, man, got to bounce. Love you, bro. Love you too, dude. And I'll have a good show." Yes, yes. We are going to get in on this. And also, um, please make sure to throw in some reactions, share this broadcast, and either share on your feed or share to your favorite dispatch page. And for whatever reason, I think it's because I did this once before. I always, in my head, I always want to say your favorite podcast page. But I mean dispatch page, like group. Like if you're on Facebook or whatever, you got any of the groups or anything like that to share them on there as well. So 2 different places, but also throw in some reactions because those reactions and everything end up pushing up the how far this goes out, the reach to those who are watching and everything. So please make sure to do that. Also, for those who are watching and listening, one thing that I did recently, and I did share this last week, but I want to continue to share it. And actually, over here on Facebook, it is on the screen already. But I'm going to go ahead and put this up there. And for those over here on Instagram, the website is links, and that's with 2 I's. So it's links.co/WTT podcast. And you ever see videos or posts or whatever that says link in the bio? That's what it is. That's all it is. It's one spot where you can find all of the most important stuff, which is social media links, how to contact me by email, how to listen to the podcast. Also, if you want to become a subscriber, you can find that there. And there's some other stuff that I'm going to be adding soon as well. So make sure to check it out. Hit me up, check it out there, and see everything. Also, one last quick announcement for the 22nd of this month, February 22nd at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I will be going live with Angela, who was a past guest. She was also a speaker for Dare to Be Great 4. And we talked about the differences between compassion fatigue and PTSD. Now, on top of that, um, we did a bonus episode, and I bit my lip earlier, and it's all red, and it's all I can see in the camera on the screen. It's all I can see, so I apologize. Like I said, it's been a day or an evening, and apparently I was biting the skin on my lip and didn't even notice. So there we go. Now you get to see it in HD in 4K on the screen. Great. Um, but the DRT, Dispatchers Roundtable, new round coming up on Wednesday. Again, that is the 22nd at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Angela's going to be on with us, or with myself, and we're going to be talking about some of the stuff that we talked about in the bonus episode. And that bonus episode was the her top 5 for building dispatch resilience. And it was an awesome bonus episode. It's been out for a little while now for subscribers, but now she's going to be on with me for a DRT. So we're going to be talking about all of that. So if you have any questions or anything that you want to supply, or submit rather, to us for us to go through that, please do so. Send it out to wttpodcast@gmail.com. I'm also going to put a post up again, probably on Monday or so, to see if there's any other questions or anything that you guys want us to ask. So, um, or not so much ask, for us to go over and discuss, because this is going to be good. So we'll be on all of my social media platforms throughout the entire network, and you'll be able to watch live. It's also going to be available on replay, but watching live, you get to interact with us all at the same time. So it's going to be an awesome round, and I hope to see you all there. It's going to be good. We've got more jumping in over here on Instagram. Hello, hello. Welcome to Open Mic. Looking back over here on StreamYard, Tina says, 222, the date I started my 911 career back in the early 90s. I'll be there. Nice. All right. Awesome. That'll be good. Excellent. I look forward to seeing you there. Um, okay, so let's get into some of these stories. Okay. And then I've got a couple questions, and then I'm going to go through some of the comments that I got from these questions. Also, I've got a news story that is going to be coming up. And hello, hello. And I want to share this with you as well. Um, but let's start with my trip. Okay. So recently got back from a trip, and excuse me one moment. I'm gonna take a swig from my Kill Cliff, and all I can think about is Wayne's World when they're talking about sponsors and stuff, and they're like, "No, Kill Cliff does not sponsor me. I just like their drinks. They have some good ones, especially their CBD ones." Okay, so it seems like something always happens when I'm on a trip, especially when I'm flying. For those of you who don't know, it's it's a little weird for me to fly to Alabama sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I love flying to Alabama. I love all the people there. They're all my good friends. I love it. It's a little weird for me sometimes because if you know or don't know, I had an incident on a plane where my plane was basically going down. We had an emergency landing and oxygen masks, like all of it. All of it. Oh, Keely, you switched up. Keely says, "I said hi in IG, realized you had no idea who I am there, LOL, not the same name." Yeah, now it makes sense because I see the way your name is and everything, so it makes sense. But yeah, hello. That's awesome. Um, so I had this incident, which I ended up actually turning into a talk called an emergency landing. So going to going to Montgomery sometimes makes me think about that. It doesn't freak me out or anything, but it just makes me a little nervous, especially when we had first taken off when I was leaving, because that's how it was. When this emergency landing happened, I was leaving the area and then had to make an emergency landing in Huntsville. I'm not going to go through the whole story because I don't want to freak anybody out, but um, it was something else. It was interesting. Keely says, "Bruh, I'd never get on a plane again after your experience." Dude, I got on a plane 4 hours after. But either way, it was worth it. This trip that I just did, I was out there, um, with 9 Wonder Women Inc. There were several of us there, and we were doing a oh, Keely says, "Hard pass." On the plane? Yeah. We did a workshop, and, it's called From Idea to Presentation: Finding Your Voice, and it was an amazing couple days. There's gonna be some more of those coming up here soon, and, you'll find all that stuff out when they post it up. But I flew out of Detroit, and I flew out, in the evening, which is something that I haven't done in a while, okay? And, so I ended up getting this free upgrade. My original seat was supposed to be back by the can, but I ended up getting a free upgrade, which was amazing. It was awesome. However, I don't know about all of you, but when I fly, I try to use the bathroom before we take off because I don't wanna go. I really don't wanna use the bathroom on the plane, especially if I'm sitting, like, by the window or something, and the person's, like, asleep. I don't wanna piss anybody off, man. But so I'm sitting there, right? And I keep looking up, and I keep looking up to see where the door is at. And the guy sitting next to me is watching me do this, and he starts to take his headphones out to move. And I'm like, "Nah. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna wait. I'm a grown ass man. I can wait." No. I couldn't wait. So So I start looking again, and the dude notices again, and I turn around and I look, and also just to kind of set the stage here, a lot of the flight towards the end, going into Atlanta was turbulence from hell. It was just crazy turbulence. So, that's also why this grown ass man was not gonna be able to hold it in. Because we're hitting, that turbulence is hitting hard, and my stomach is just, like, getting smashed, and I'm like, "Oh, shit, I'm not gonna be able to hold it." So, I'm looking again, and I turn over, and I look at the dude, and he just points, and I said, "Yeah, I need to get through, I need to go use the restroom." And he goes, "Yeah, yeah, 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 no problem." So he gets up, and when I go to get up, like, they had told us that nobody get up or anything because of turbulence or whatever, but then it stopped, and they said, "You're good to go now." So I get up, and I start walking towards the bathroom, and then turbulence starts hitting again, and I'm thinking, "No, I'm not gonna go back and sit down, I'm gonna go." But here's the thing, now I don't know about any of you, if you have, equilibrium issues, or maybe just out of nowhere, there's been a time where you're walking and it feels like everything else is moving and you're not. So on the plane, it felt like I was in slow motion, like going up and down, and I'm trying to hold the seats. By the time I get to the bathroom, I'm like kind of dizzy, and I'm just, oh, you know, just like air sick. Like it felt gross. Okay. I get into the bathroom, I shut the door. Now, what I'm about to tell you, this is how you know how much I love all of you, and how comfortable I am with all of you. Okay? Okay? So, I shut the door, and I get ready to go, and the turbulence starts hitting again. So there's a little bar right by the bathroom, or by the little toilet there, and I I am holding on for dear life and trying not to, like, spray the bathroom. So while the plane is just, like, going all over the place, I'm holding on, like, fucking 8 seconds, man. I gotta hold on for those 8 seconds. And I hear them come over the speaker system, and they're like, "You need to sit down. Everyone sit down. Put your seatbelts on, because it's getting rough." And I'm in there thinking, "No shit. It's rough enough in here, man. Yeah." And and this is towards the end of the flight, okay? This is towards the end of the flight. And so I had been, Julia, what's going on? Hello, hello. So I had been holding it this whole flight, man. It's like a 2-hour flight, right? So I'm holding on for dear life, and I'm going, and I'm like, dude, you need to hurry up. Like, I'm like, come on. I had chugged like a couple waters. And Julie says, "Hello, I'm already laughing so hard." Good. I'm so glad that you're laughing. So I'm holding on, like I said, I'm holding on for dear life. That means 2 things. Oh my god. Chantel says, "Thank you for the chuckles as I near the end of my duty time today. Didn't know how much I needed the laughs." Yes, good. This is good. Same here. I've been needing these laughs today. I've been needing the smiles, just like all of it. You have no idea. and I'm crying now because I'm laughing so much. This is so funny. James says, "Richardo." You added an H in there. The H isn't silent, dude. It's all good. You can call me Richardo. I like it. Um, James says, "I am disappointed. 2-hour flight after years in dispatch. You couldn't hold it till the plane landed." No, dude. Okay, so here's the thing. No, you don't have to say oops, dude. I was playing around with you. It is there is no H in my name, but I'm fucking with you. I'm joking with you. We're cool like that. We're homies. Um, see, here's the thing. Keely, old man bladder. Yeah, maybe. I had chugged a couple bottles of water, and I had gone to the bathroom, right? I had gone to the bathroom before I got on the plane. However, on the plane, I also had a ginger ale and the little bottle of water, that they give you, and I couldn't hold it. So that's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing is that I'm on the plane and I'm just going and I'm just like, "Stop. Please stop." Like, this is I need to go back and sit down. If you can imagine, if you've watched the movie Dumb and Dumber, where when they're driving and they've got all the empty bottles and Jim Carrey is like, "I gotta go. I gotta go." And he's going, he's like, "I need another bottle. I need another bottle," and keeps going and going, and the dude's like, "Just stop. Just stop." And Jim Carrey's character is like, "No, it stings. You don't stop. It'll sting if you stop." So, I'm sure I'm sure that the flight attendant who was just outside putting stuff away when I walked in there could hear me in there, like fucking Chris Farley in Tommy Boy when he's in there and he's like, "Oh, oh." It was so bad. Oh, dude, for real. It was stupid. It was really bad. Hello, hello to those who are jumping in on Instagram. Welcome to Open Mic. Oh, Tina says, "Rookie bladder." Nah, dude, like, I've been when I was in dispatch, I could hold it like you wouldn't believe, but I'm out of practice apparently, but still, like, all that water, like, all of it, and so I finally finish, clean up and everything. Yeah, over here, you broke the seal. Yeah, for real, dude. Yeah. Yeah, that dam was broken. So, yes, 3 hours later, definitely. Chantel says, "Not gonna lie, I've had times like that on duty. Makes me glad I'm the only lady a lot of the time." James says, "Open mic bathroom break and police squad 33." It goes and stops and starts again. Hello? Sorry, we got other people coming in, and I wanna make sure everybody knows that I know that you're there. So, hello on Instagram. Welcome to Open Mic. This is fun. Um, and so I finally finish, and yes, Keely, like 3 hours later, as I'm, like, yelling at myself, like, "Hurry up, damn it. Hank!" I just saw Hank. "What's going on, dude?" Um, I end up walking out, and the flight attendant's like I was waiting for him to be like Madonna on, A League of Their Own when Tom Hanks walks in and he's just peeing that whole time, and when he's done, she's like, "That's some good peeing." That's basically how it went down, man, and so I just turned around, I'm just like, "Hi." And I go back and I sit down and I look at the dude, I'm like, "Thanks. Thanks, man. I appreciate that." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, okay." Oh, jeez. I tell you, man, Shit happens. Literally sometimes. Hank over here in the comments says, "I'm worried about your tummy, dude. Gas station and all." It wasn't my stomach this time. It had nothing to do with an energy drink or a gas station burrito. None of that. It had nothing to do with any of it. It was just the fact that I was trying to stay hydrated. That was pretty much that was it. Keely says, "Suddenly, the plane stops rocking because it was actually your overflowing bladder creating the turbulence." That sounds like a B-list movie. That's a B movie right there. In a land where no one can hold their piss comes pee on a plane. Oh, jeez. Whoo. So that's what happened. That's what happened on the plane. The rest of the trip was great. I mean, there was some uh, it was good. I mean, there was some odd stuff, but it was good. It was good. I end up flying into Atlanta. I meet up with my assistant producer, Dawn Shumway, which Dawn, hello, hello. Thank you for everything. You're awesome. I appreciate it. Um we had a lot of fun out there. So her and I met up and we were driving from Atlanta to Montgomery. Um DJ says hi, Keely. Hi, DJ. So we end up Dawn was telling me like we need to go we I need to find something to eat. I've been working all day in dispatch and I haven't eaten. I was like, yeah, sure. So I tell her like we go to the rental and then we go to find a place to eat, which wasn't too far from the airport. But when we got out, there wasn't like a lot of people around except for a couple dudes who I don't know, they're kind of questionable. They walked right by us and I saw that they were like I kind of like I was using my, peripheral vision as I was kind of turning and they were just kind of eyeballing us. And I said to Dawn, I was like, "Should we go?" She's like, "No, we're already here. Let's get something to eat." And then we see like some mice run by us, which was awesome. And she was like, "Was that a rat?" I was like, "Yeah, dude." I was like, that tail was like that long. So we're waiting to cross the street, right? And so we're waiting for the light, and I turn back a little bit, and I said to her, I was like, "Those dudes are coming by us. They're coming back to us, and I don't have a good feeling about it." Oh wait, Julie over here says, "I've never flown before, so that story that story was both terrifying and hilarious. I couldn't imagine the turbulence you're describing." Okay, let me tell you about the first time I flew on a plane, but I'll tell you that here in just one moment. Don't worry, Julia. It's good. It's good. It'll be good. It's really not as bad as I'm describing it. I mean, it kind of feels like it, right? Because then you get in your head and you start thinking about shit and you're like, just stop. You're fine. Everything is gonna be fine. Actually find the most peace up in the air. There's a lot of videos that I've been creating recently and putting out there, and it's just like it's beautiful, man. It is beautiful. So Dawn and we turn around to go back to the car and we end up getting back over there and those dudes are just standing there watching us as we get in the car and take off. I was like, "You see that shit?" I was like, "It's a good thing we left." Because we're not from around there or anything. We don't know the area and stuff and shit. For all I knew, I was not like wearing neutral. I might have been in like territory or something and that wouldn't have been good. But we end up taking off and we end up finding like a Sonic somewhere. And we got food. But that all of that happened, and either way it was a lot of fun. It was funny. Okay, Julia, I'm gonna tell you this story really quick, and everybody who's watching and listening. And actually, this is kind of similar. Oh, I just realized this is like a pattern. It's so bad, but it's so funny. Let's see. James says, my son and daughter took their first flight to Florida as a tropical depression was moving up the coast. On the way home, they asked their mother why the plane wasn't bouncing up and down. Well, there's a lot of explanation. And Julia says, I don't know if I'm ready. Okay, so check it out. It's 2009. Damn, that was a long time ago. It's 2009, and my cousin is getting married in Vegas. I had never been to Vegas before. All of our families, or at least as much family as could go, we're gonna go. Okay. It's 2009. I'm in dispatch still, and I luckily was able to get some vacation time out of dispatch because there was a lot of stuff going on, during that time for us. And again, I was able to get some time. So again, 2009. It's August, and or September actually. Keely says hot Vegas baloney. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I end up flying out of Midway. This is in Chicago area. I fly out of Midway, and I remember my dad drove me there and dropped me off. And actually, no, this was September. This was September when this happened, and this is why. And I should have known this right off the bat. So I was freaking out. I've never flown before. Never flown before. And I wasn't sure I was ever going to until this trip came up. And my dad drops me off, and I go and I check in and everything, and then I find my gate. And I remember I was waiting in line to get towards, like, to get through security and all this other stuff. Well, again, this is my first time flying. I've never been to an airport and go through security, none of that shit before. And this lady in back of me was pissed. Like, she was not happy with me because I'm trying to get my shoes and everything. And I remember her yelling at me and saying, if you're not going to hurry up, get your ass out of the way. I was like, I was like, damn, lady. Like, I'm trying, man. Like, these are Chuck Taylors. Like, you don't just slip off Chuck Taylors, okay? I didn't know this bullshit was going to be going on, that I was going to have to do all of this. And I mean, I was prepped, but not fully prepped, obviously. I was wearing Chuck Taylors. And if you don't have TSA pre-check or clear or anything like that, you better have those damn shoes untied, because they're going to take forever and someone is going to yell at you. So you get through security and everything, go to my gate. Now, here's the thing. It's the week of September 11th that I'm flying for the first time. Okay. And as I'm standing there waiting to board, on all the TVs that are around the gate where I'm at, they're showing footage of that day. So I'm watching this, and I'm standing there and I'm just like freaking out because I had never flown before. And this was the time that, that was going on. And, they call for my group, and I'm just standing there like, do I really want to go to Vegas this bad? Like, I got on. I got on the plane. My seat was all the way in back, by the can, like literally the last seat I was in there. It was a couple, and then it was me. And that couple, they were all, like, cuddled into each other and stuff, and I'm just sitting there like, those sounds I should not be hearing. I mean, they were making out. That sounded bad. That sounded way worse than it was. No, they were making out and shit, and I'm just like so they when they're doing their service, um, they come back and they're like, "Do you want anything to drink?" And I was like, "Yeah, give me a double Jack and Coke." So I'm drinking this Jack and Coke, right? And I end up getting another one. It wasn't a double, it was just a single. And and then I'm drinking water because I needed to relax. And I was enjoying the flight, but then we end up getting close to the Grand Canyon, and there's a storm that is going on. And they're telling us that they're going to try to go over it, but that it's going to be really, really bumpy. So I'm a, I'm starting to get nervous again, right? And the turbulence starts hitting. Like, you can feel when the plane is going up, and then it just starts bum, 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 it just starts going all over the place. And, oh, Keely says, "Fucking awful over the Grand Canyon on a good day." Yeah, yeah, exactly, and this was a freaking storm that's going on. So we're trying to go over it, and we're, like, hitting pockets to the point where at an amusement park, there are different names all over the place. At Universal, it's, like they've the Islands of Adventure in Florida. It's called, it's the like Doctor Doom ride. It's one that drops or whatever. Hello to those over here on Instagram. Hello, welcome to Open Mic. Um, when you and also I think Six Flags or maybe Cedar Point, one of them has one called the Demon Drop. Basically, you're sitting in it, you raise all the way to the top, and then they drop you. Well, also just kind of, picture a roller coaster, that first drop when wait, what? Dude, I was just going to say it's like the Tower of Terror. Yes, the Tower of Terror. Yeah, like that one. Yes, 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 you're right. It drops you and your stomach goes up into your throat. We hit a pocket of turbulence that made us drop so fast and so hard that I remember seeing other people bounce up out of their chair, well, up off their chair, I should say, not out, off, and I did the same thing, and you hear everyone in there go, "Whoa!" That was some scary shit. Now, when I hit, seal basically broke, and I'm like, "Oh, no. I have now got to pee, like, bad," and we're still hitting turbulence. Radiant Redhead, what is going on? Welcome to Open Mic Live on Instagram. And Julia, holy shit, and oh my goodness, is correct. You are correct. So James says, remember, folks, flying is safer than driving to the corner store. You are correct. Yes. More people, things happen to more people in car crashes than on planes. But I was freaking out, dude. I was freaking out. And we're still hitting turbulence and everyone is just like everything is rocking and rocking and I'm just like, oh wait, Radiant Redhead over here is saying finally a day I'm not working and can jump in. Yes, I'm glad to have you here. um so we're hitting all this turbulence, right? And I'm freaking out, I'm holding on, I'm like, oh, the couple, they're like holding each other and I want to be like, can I get in on that?" like can we hold each other?" Like, this is some scary shit, man. Julia says, "No, brah, never flying. I'm good." So here's the thing. When we finally level out, I am at the point where I'm about to have an accident again I'm a grown ass man, but I'm close. Like I need to go. So behind me is the bathroom. It's literally right behind me. Okay. And there's two flight attendants that are there strapped in. And this whole time, I'm like holding onto the armrest, just going, "Mm," because I'm not gonna make it. I'm sitting there, and I look back at the flight attendant, at one of them, and I said, "Excuse me, ma'am. I really, really need to use the bathroom." And she goes, "I'm sorry, sir, but they said we can't get up. There might be more turbulence. You cannot get up right now. Please stay seated." So I turn around and I'm like, "Shit. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?" And it is like hitting at me hard, and I am praying, praying. I'm like, as high as I am right now, I know you can hear me, dude. Like, please help me. Like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. In my head, I'm just like, why? Ah! So I turn around again and I said, "Ma'am, I understand. Okay. I understand. I really, really, really need to go. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to hold on." And she goes, like she's wanting to laugh because she can see that I'm having issues right now. She can see it. And she goes, "I'm sorry, sir, but I can't give you permission to get up. I can't. I can't give you permission to get up. Now, because of the state that I was in, I was not listening to everything that she said. Okay. I was not reading between the lines at what she said. Do you get what I'm getting at here? Do you see? Are you reading between the lines? Because I wasn't at the time. I turned around, defeated, thinking it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. I'm not going to be able to hold it. Yes, Keely. Yes, you are correct. So then it finally hits me. Wait. So I turned back around and I said, "Wait a minute. You just said that you can't give me permission, right? Too busy concentrating to listen." Yes, exactly. Yes. I was too busy listening to concentrate, or yes, what you said. Too busy concentrating to listen to what she was saying. And I turned around and I said, You just told me that you can't give me permission to get up, which means I can get up at my own risk." And she just kind of chuckles and is like, and I said, "Thank you, ma'am. I'm getting up on at my own risk to use the bathroom." And she just moved over and I went to the bathroom and I'm just like, "Oh my God." I gave myself permission. Yes, yes. But it was the same thing as this most recent story that I was just telling, and thinking about it now, yeah, because I remember going in there and we were still hitting turbulence a little bit. So I'm like on like I was at a fucking rodeo, man, trying to hold on for dear life. And when I was finally done using the bathroom, I go back and sit down and I look back and I had like the look I had. I remember it now, and it was, see if I can do it justice, but it was just like It was just like, "Aw, shucks. Thanks." So, Julia, that was my first time flying, man. The week of September 11th, right before I got on, the footage was going. I had the turbulence over the Grand Canyon, the storm, and and the pee from hell. And then we finally land, and, as I'm getting out, everybody always says, "Have a good one. Thanks for flying with us." And they're like, "Have a great one. I hope you enjoy Vegas." And I was just like, "Thank you." Oh, man. That shit was so funny. James here says, "Ricardo, you're going to have to treat your next flight like a colonoscopy and empty out the day before." Oh my god. Oh, shit. And Julia says, "That's absolutely horrible." It might sound horrible, but it's more funny than anything because the horrible one was the one where my oxygen mask came down and we're making that emergency landing. Yes. I won't go through all of that one. Keely says, "Right, refrain from water and food for 48 hours prior to flight." Or 12, like like I'm fasting or some shit for blood work. They're all like, "Oh, did you have to fast to get blood work or something?" Like, "No, I was fasting because I had to fly." Oh, shit. Oh my god. We've been talking about this and everything. I haven't even gotten to the questions that I was gonna ask you, or even this news story. But this has been good. I hope, especially you, Zach, out there, and myself, I came in at a very low number, but I'm telling you, I could not wait to come on with all of you here. Thank you. You have brought me to a number that I can't even say because I'm way up there. Thank you so much. I hope your numbers have moved up from where they were, even if it was one. And even if that number didn't move, I hope that you had fun tonight and us talking and laughing. Because even if it's not funny 911 stories that we're sharing, I still love coming on here and connecting with all of you on a level that's just being human and sharing funny stories like this because laughing is good medicine and we're here to support each other. There's a way to heal and find closure through the power of storytelling, and that's what we're doing. So thank you. Thank you for being here. So I've got a couple questions here. I want to go through them. We've only got about 12 minutes left. So I'm going to start with this one because this one question might take up that time, and maybe I'll save the other one for next week. Okay. So Keely says over here, "Julia, I do not recommend watching, listening to his plane story. This one is mild. I flew to Germany, long flight. It was so much better. It will be okay. I'll hold your hand." Yes, I did have some crazy shit happen to me on that other one. Um, but it makes for a good story. And also, it helped put life into perspective as well. It's funny how crazy shit like that can do it. But I do love it though because a couple years later, I mean, it set everything in motion for what I do for a living now. It put life into perspective and what I really wanted to push to do. And I feel very blessed and grateful for that incident, even though it was scary as fuck, but it worked. And here I am doing all of this with all of you, and I love it. It is really good. So this question that I'm gonna put out there, I'm gonna say it for you over here on Instagram and all of you who are watching, but I'm also gonna put in the comments for those that are over here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And I want to read what your answers are. Again, we've now got about 10 minutes left. And I want to go through this, and we'll just save the news story and the other question for next week. Something to build up to. So it'll be good. It'll be fun. So here we go. Here's the question. And this question comes from the bonus episodes that I've been doing. So let me set the stage here really quick. Um so the episodes that I've been recording for, I don't know, the past 2 or 3 weeks now. There's something fairly new that I started doing. Um with my guests when they come on, after we're done recording, I bring them back on. Like, I don't stop the recording. I go through the whole ending and all that stuff, and then I bring them back on, and we continue recording for about 10 or 15 more minutes. And that's a bonus episode. So if you're a Facebook subscriber of the podcast or you're a patron of the podcast, you end up getting those bonus episodes. Excuse me. In the bonus episode with Angela recently, that is where we were talking about the top 5 for building dispatch resilience. And some of the other questions that I ask on there stem from something that I do with oh wait, Radiant Redhead says, "Finally got it back working. I lost you there for a minute." Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. You're back just in time. So the questions kind of stem from what I do with the kids at dinner time. And we what we do is we do a high low. So we go around the table. What was your high for the day? What was your low for the day? So it just saying it right now, my high for the day is being here with all of you. This has been so good. Thank you. I needed this. And I feel like some of you who joined in, and some of you did say it as well, needed these laughs. And so it's good to come on and be here with all of you and just laugh and have a good time. Um, and then my low for the day was just that I was low for the day. It was just there were some shit moments. Um, so once we complete the high low part, what we end up doing is we do something called ask the question. And we go through different scenarios, and it's amazing to hear my kids really get into these questions and think about and respond. So, for example, one of the questions that I've asked them, which I've also asked guests now, is if you could have for the rest of your life 3 things, only 3 things for the rest of your life. One of them is what would you eat for the rest of your life? What would you drink for the rest of your life? And an activity. What would you do? What would that activity be for the rest of your life? And then, we go around, they say their stuff, and we discuss, and it is funny as hell. So another question is, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? Or if you could go back in time. Well, this one is a little harder because they're younger, right? But one of the questions that I asked one of my guests was, if you could go back in time for any event, like to experience it, what would it be? Now, for me, yeah, that would be Woodstock. I would love to go back and see all of those bands. I mean, just to be there while Jimi Hendrix is playing, dude, like that would be the shit. Or to go back and watch The Doors in their prime or Pink Floyd, like all of like this is stuff that we talk about. But also, there are battle questions. And what I mean by that is, who would win in a fight between the Care Bears and My Little Pony? And it is hilarious to hear them really think and put some thought into this as to why one would beat the other and in what ways. Oh, let's see. Radiant over here says, "Ooh, the superpower one is easy. The others, I'm not sure." Yeah, so there's a lot of different things that we talk about. So I've been doing this with guests to see what their responses are. And the most recent one that I did was with one of my past guests, which her episode is going to be coming up pretty soon. Her name is Liz. Awesome, awesome person. So hilarious. It was so much fun to be on there with her and to record the bonus episode yesterday. And Keely says, no one can beat the Care Bears. I know they've got their like Care Bear stare, right? They're like, but dude, My Little Pony, like the numbers, each one of them has a large group, right? But I don't know, man. Like you can see some of those ponies like flying in, swooping, picking up fucking Tenderheart or Love a Lot or whatever their names were. I can't remember. And then just like dropping them, and they're like, "Yeah, I regret nothing." Radiant over here says, "I don't know. I broke my back in a horse accident. I'm going pony." Oh, dude, no way. So you see, okay, see over here, My Little Pony might be the ones to take it. So again, those are some of the questions that I've asked my kids, but also some of the guests. I've been asking them these questions as well, which is hilarious. Oh, let's see. Oh, Liz, what's up? So glad I was able to make you laugh as hard as I did with those questions. LOL, and Care Bears are the shit. I, yes, I'm so glad that you were on too. It was so much fun. Let's see. Keely also says, "Oh, I do that with Declan every night. Favorite part of the day, sad part of the day, funny part of the day, something that made you frustrated, something that made you feel good." Yes, see, that's always good. That's always fun. But the battles are always good. Now, here's one of the questions. This is one that I asked Liz. And if you're a subscriber, you'll get to watch it, but I'm going to put a teaser out there because when I asked this question, Liz started immediately laughing. She was laughing so hard, it made me laugh so hard. So here's the question, okay? Here we go. I just put it in the comments, but I'm going to say it out loud. So here's the question. What is the silliest way? What is the silliest way that you've been injured? So me laughing the way I'm laughing right now is exactly what Liz's response was. Just like immediately after I was done reading it, just busted up laughing. It was so perfect. Again, if you're a subscriber, you will get to watch it. But again, what is the silliest way that you've been injured? So please, we've only got a few minutes left, but if you can type fast enough, throw it into the comments and I want to read that. And as I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and tell you my silliest, okay? Julia says, "Just want to thank you all for the laughs. I have to hop off here. I'm on a 16-hour shift tomorrow. This is my second time joining in. I feel so welcome, and that puts me in such a better mood. Thank you." Julia, thank you so much for joining us. Have a good rest. Have a good shift tomorrow. Thank you for the job that you do, and you're always welcome back. Please come back. That was so much fun, and I hope your number has gone up. We've had fun. This has been good. Have an excellent night. Let's see. Radiant over here says, "I broke my hand by punching my brother in the ass." Oh, for real? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing right now. You probably saw my response and were like, "What a dick." Dude, that's crazy. I can't imagine. Wait, she says, "In my defense," in all caps, "in my defense." Like all you need is to go with the in my defense. He is 6'5". I meant to hit his thigh. Holy crap. Yeah, that's a tall dude, man. Oh, jeez. That is great. James says, "My partner shot me with a thumbtack taped to a dart with a dart gun." What? It got stuck in my back. Oh, dude. Oh, this is amazing. I don't even I I probably don't even have to say mine. No, I'm going to. Okay. I'll try to be quick because we're already we're going past the hour here now. And my son streams as well. He streams on Saturdays. He starts at 10 usually and it's 10:07. So and speaking of that son, I can't remember now if it was his 16th or 17th birthday. One of the two. Either way, what happened was we took him to play laser tag. So the laser tag place over here where I live, it's called like Combat Zone, something like that. And the guns that they have, if you have ever played Halo, that assault rifle, it looks exactly like that. And you've got the headset and everything. You go into this room. So they're straight up Halo guns, but the room that you're in is like Call of Duty style. There's like a bus that you can get in, there's a little mini tank, and there are a bunch of different stuff. What's up? What's going on? Welcome to Open Mic. And so while you're in there running around and everything, which let me take that back. The person who is in there watching over everyone is yelling at us, "Don't run. Stop running." And yes, Halo 3 is the best. Um, so like, you want to run around. You want to run around because I mean it's laser tag, man. So here's the thing. I can't believe I'm even saying this shit. This is what happened. So a couple days prior to that, I went and bought some brand new jeans. One of the pairs that I wasn't paying attention because it was a different pair of pants style in the pairs that I got. They were skinny jeans. From the knee, like the thigh up to the waist, everything fit perfect. But if you've ever worn skinny jeans, like from the knee down, that's where it's like skinny, like around the your calves. And I had put them on and we were in a hurry and I was like, "Oh my god. I screw it. I'm just going to keep them on." So we're running around, right? And the dude's like, "Stop running, stop running." I'm like, "I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run and I'm gonna have fun, okay?" Well, I should have listened. Now my pants didn't rip, nothing like that happened. But I went to run and jump into the where the bus is at so that I could be in there and just kind of pick people off as it's going on. Well, when I go to jump in, my my pants around my knees like scrunched up. So when I went to move, like when I went to move like straighten up, I felt in my right kneecap almost like on the muscle twist and pull. I have never felt pain like that in my life. It was horrible, man. Horrible. So I'm just laying there like, oh my god." And I'm trying to maneuver my legs because this stupid ass skinny jeans are tight around the knee in my calves. So I'm trying to like adjust myself I'm rolling over and I hear my brother and my sons yelling saying, "Get out here. We're getting taken over, man." And I'm in there like, "Oh my god." It was so stupid. So I roll out of that bus and I've got my gun and I'm like trying to move fast, but you can I'm limping, man. I'm in horrible pain. And I look over and I see the guy and he's just looking at me and I swear like he didn't say it, but I could see it in his face that he was like, "You see, you stupid ass, I told you not to be running." So I Yes, I'm blaming the skinny jeans, man. That's what happened. That and the fact that I'm an old man. I'm 41. I don't know, 35, 36 or something when this happened. Either way, I am not a spring chicken. It was so bad. So I'm trying to maneuver around and they're like, "What happened to you? Why are you limping? Did you fall?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I was trying to get in that bus and I slipped and I clocked my knee on the side." No, that's not what happened. I told them later what happened. I was limping for a couple days after that, but I thought, "What a silly way to get injured." And, every now and then, my right kneecap will but yeah, yeah, let's not talk about it. Yeah, exactly, that's how it was. Um, I, every so often, it'll feel like I tweak it or something. I just wonder, like, maybe I jacked it up more than I thought or that I knew or whatever, and it's just been something that I've been dealing with now. I should probably get it checked out. But I mean, after the couple days, like, there was no pain, there was nothing else, I wasn't limping anymore. It's just every so often, if I turn a certain way or move a certain way, like a weird way, not a normal way, my knee feels a little weird. It's not that pull and pop or anything. Yeah, tore it. Yeah, I know, that's what I was thinking. I was wondering if I tore something. But, I mean, it's been fine. So but that was one of the questions. What is the silliest way that you've been injured? And again, if you're a subscriber of the podcast, you'll get to hear the rest of those questions because one of the other questions that was on there was, "What was your worst fashion disaster?" Okay? What was your worst fashion disaster? And I'll just say mine really quick. Early '90s, Crisscross. If you remember the rap group Crisscross, they came out with the song, Jump, pretty much the same time that House of Pain came out with Jump Around, and if I remember correctly, in their, Behind the Music, the studio that they were in recording, they were right next to Crisscross when they were recording theirs at the same time. So, Crisscross, their gimmick was they wore their clothes backwards, and friends of mine and I in school, that's what we did. That was our worst fashion disaster. That's so bad. Oh, man. I think in the comments, somebody put, like, Jinko jeans. Like, that was theirs, was Jinko jeans with a big old flare and shit. Oh my god. Well, thank you all so very much. We're going into the wrap up now for Open Mic Live, and I cannot wait to be back here with all of you to go through some of these other questions and just have fun. We take this time for open mic to forget about the bullshit that's going out in the world and just be here together in support of each other, sharing some funny stories because again, laughing is good medicine. And thank you all for the job that you do and for being here with me for open mic, as well as supporting and sharing and all of it. Because I wouldn't be able to do everything that I do if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you so very much. This live broadcast has been sponsored by In Digital, a leader in next gen course services. And on the screen over here, you can see it. It's links.co/WTT podcast. And that's links.co.co/WTT podcast. You can find all of my information on there. It is all in there. And Radiant, I am so glad that you were able to jump in as well. And I cannot wait to talk to you more soon. So if any of you have any comments, questions, or you want to be a guest on the show, you can email us, and that's going to be wttpodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that is wttpodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to be a subscriber of the podcast, whether it be on Facebook or Patreon, it's going to be facebook.com/within the trenches podcast/support. And then if you want to be a patron of the podcast, it is patreon.com/WTT podcast. You can follow us on Twitter. That is @91podcast. You can like us on Facebook. That is facebook.com/within the trenches podcast. And If you're on TikTok, hook it up with a follow. It is at 91 Podcast. And on Instagram here, you can follow us on at WTT Podcast. This can be seen on Instagram, soon to be TikTok as well, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And don't forget the DRT episode, round 37, is coming out, and that's going to be a live broadcast, and that's going to be on the 22nd of this month at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And for the flagship show Within the Trenches podcast, you can listen 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you in the next one.